Hello to whoever stumbled upon this little video of mine. I'm going to be explaining Ishmael cheese for 530 node in Limbus company to a certain person. So let's start with what we're gonna be using for our setup. First things first, either LCCB Assistant Manager Ishmael on uptype 4 or Lobotomy Ego Sloshing Ishmael on uptype 4. Why do we want those specific identities? Well, both those IDs have aggro application for their skill slots, which is what we care about. They can be even level 1 for all we care. And the second identity we're gonna be running besides the base IDs is the one who shall grip Sinclair. The one who shall grip Sinclair has insane damage and it has blunt damage, which is very important in this specific node. He's also a negative coin ID, but that I will explain later. Why is that a bad thing for him in this specific case? The only thing you need to care about is that his skill 3 loses him 15 SP. As for egos, you don't need anything but the base ones. So let's jump into the Canto 5, node 530. We take only those two IDs, rest can be left as bases. Remember that base IDs have pretty decent support passives, which can be really useful in the long run.
준비는 끝났습니다. 명령 대기.
In case of specifically LCCB Ishmael, we need to focus on using her defense. So let's start by dropping her defense on one of those big brothers attacking Sinclair and use his skill 2 to clash. You usually don't clash with Sinclair, mostly because he will lose SP in the long run, and we want him on about -5, -10 SP through the whole fight. His skill 3 loses him 15 SP, so that won't be a problem, and his guard heals him 5 to 10 SP. But for now, we need to focus on getting Ishmael as low as possible. And intercept anything that targets Sinclair, so he can kill the other targets. I'll pause the recording for now to speed this along, because that's literally the whole thing. After she staggers, she will still have her aggro, I think. I'm not sure, honestly. Yeah, she still has most of her aggro. And we can use the occasion to kill the final one of the other dudes. Remember, Sinclair deals a lot of damage in this specific fight, and little brothers have a lot of fragile on them. So you just continue this along until the big brother, where I'll continue the recording. In terms of the second wave, we continue the same pattern. Sinclair is on -SP. Ishmael has broken her first bar, probably in the first wave. Sadly, this is a pretty time-consuming strategy, but you've already accepted it because it's a cheese. I'm sorry. Remember to aim for unopposed attacks with Sinclair, preferably with his skill 1, to not reduce his SP too low. Alright, here's where the real fun starts, because Ricardo will try to kill both Ishmael and Sinclair. But don't you worry, because if you read his passives, at some point he will gain Test of the Big Brother. Neptor, make this memorable turn. I don't remember his pattern right now, but just attack his guard if possible, and continue trying not to lose too much power. Remember, he will enter super power state if you kill both of his little brothers, so do not touch him if not necessary, or his little brothers. You still try to build up as much of the aggro on Ishmael as possible. Okay, now Sinclair enters panic. That's okay, that will happen. Just remember to intercept anything that targets him by Ishmael. Or in this case, literally everything. And now Ricardo has gained one test of the Big Brother. During the test of the Big Brother is the only time where you even might care about clashing him. We're still spamming the defense, we're still intercepting whatever might attack Sinclair. Also, you might want to attack his counter. And why is that? Why aren't we trying to gain more aggro? Well, we're still doing that because LCCB, Ishmael's skill 1, still gets aggro. And you want to resolve it in the Sinclair getting as many unopposed attacks as possible. It will be at about -40 after all of this. During the test of the Big Brother's turn, Ricardo gets gets hit by a lot more damage. Oh wait, Sinclair will panic. Oh well, not like it matters that much, honestly, especially with Ishmael doing her thing. But she has a lot of paralysis on her. And if Sinclair doesn't have aggro, just focus on attacking the big annoying thing. We need to get him to his, I think, second bar, so really just focus on doing as much damage as possible. As you see, he gets his funny turn again. You once again intercept it. You might as well attack his guard. He won't counter hit you at this specific point in time, so that doesn't matter that much. He still gains his test of the Big Brother thing. Ishmael still gains her aggro thing. And we still didn't even try to use egos. Because you don't need to. You just have Sinclair doing his thing. At some point you won't be able to do any more damage to him, and that's because you just won the fight. As you may see on Ishmael's skill 3, this is literally the end of the encounter because Ricardo only has a certain threshold of HP to reach. And here I will only wish you luck.